Lofotr is one of the 15 Iron Age chieftains' seats in the north of Norway. But Borg is the only site where the chieftain's residence has been found. The archaeological surveys carried out here between 1983 and 1986 uncovered an unusual abundance of finds, including an 83-meter longhouse, the largest known in the Viking world. The last chieftain to reside in Borg was probably Olaf Bruni, who relocated to Iceland, most likely as a result of internal conflicts between chieftains. The chieftain's residence has now been reconstructed and is part of Lofotr, the Viking Museum of Borg. This museum opened in 1995 and it is located at the excavation site of a Viking chieftain's village. Notable findings include the 83-meter-long chieftain's house, 2 Viking ships, a blacksmith's forge and several smaller finds. There are multiple tools and household items, and the museum is well structured with clear paths connecting the various areas. 2 exhibition halls and a movie theater complete the complex. I think Lofotr Museum tells an interesting story about the society that once was on the hill of Borg in Lofoten. There are artifacts, handcrafts, wood carvings, archaeological exhibits, as well as a brief film, cafe and gift shop. In the chieftain's house, the handcrafts of the Viking Age are being demonstrated. Lots of beautiful and interesting objects are placed in the house, along with intricate wood carvings and other interior decorations. By the sea, you may explore the reconstructed boathouse, the forge, the smithy, the activity area and the Viking ship. Horses, cows, wild boars and sheep are grazing in the fields around the chieftain's farm. This experience made me think about how we understand the world and the hands of the gods in it. Visiting Viking museums is an immense opportunity to create spiritual relationships through time and space. You see, imagination is a spiritual practice, and museums of this kind stimulate my imagination. unfold and encourage me to think about how people lived in another place and time. When you walk into a museum like this, you are invited to connect with that which is larger than you are. That something opens you up to the lineage of human effort of many brothers and sisters at the time. All the objects I admired there poked my life in the heart, as they mirror what I carry with me. All the objects in there have a special aura. The observation of that aura made me think that no matter how much we think of spirituality as being a belief, we practice it with a lot of things: incense, drums, bells, leathers, wood, icons. We use these objects still today to engage our senses and to catalyze our spirituality. These worn objects are literally passageways into the divine. There is an understated beauty that exists in the imperfect, the decayed. It is a nostalgic beauty on the impermanence of things. This museum is shadowy. There is not much light in there. I love that choice. It's coherent for a place that, like the place where I live, is dark for the majority of the year. The shadow aspect of the longhouse is a strong and powerful reminder that by owning your shadow, you embrace your full humanity, keeping alive the stories, culture, and spirituality of our ancestors, and feeling the truths and lessons passed down to us through art, like the one I have witnessed in Borg, is immensely valuable. At some point while I was walking through the longhouse, it felt like my private temple of the imagination, my treasury of images and soulful things. That is why I worship those moments of conversation with the sacred and the pure connection to the past that gives me a sense of presence and identity. It truly took me a long time to learn how to feel the Norse Gods, and I didn't find out how through any book, but through experience, as worshipping is experiencing. The myths tell us about the gods, but they don't introduce us. We have to do that ourselves. That is, when connecting means getting some sort of feeling that there is someone, something listening to us and speaking to us. This kind of feeling can't and won't come from solely studying books, but an understanding of this might come from the video going out next week on this channel, where we will talk about how to speak with the Norse gods.
Put a pen on my desk, slip the noose around my neck, as I wait for the muse to come, but I can't seem to hear any humming in my head. Can't seem to feel